Hey everyone, it's Baron from Attack Interactive, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the acquisition section of Google Analytics. So what is acquisition? In Google Analytics, acquisition section is going to mean how you acquire your customers. So this section is going to show you where your customers or visitors came from, where did they go when they came to your page, which page did they left from, and information like that. So you can acquire your customers in four ways. You can have a referral traffic, which is going to be another web page that has a link of your home page or any other pages that the visitor clicks on that link from another web page and comes to your page. We have also direct traffic, which is going to be people putting down your URL to their Explorer themselves. And we have the organic search, which is going to be the people coming from search pages just like Google. And then we have social acquisition, which is going to be people coming from social sites. So if you put an advertisement or if there's an article that links your home page or any page in your web page in a social page, and if people click on that and come to your page, end up in your page, it is going to be counted as social traffic. So let's just take this down. Let's just make this a year worth of data so that we might have better understanding of this. And of course the data changed when we set it up to a year. It was 1 month before. Now we are collecting data from the whole year. As usual, we have sessions, this quick graph over here that shows real quick how many sessions you had. And let's just remember what a session was before everything. A session is going to be a 30-minute period of time that any of your visitors comes and spends on your web page. So if they spend 40 minutes, it's going to count as 2 sessions. And if they come 10 minutes in the morning and then 10 minutes at night, it's still going to count as 1 session since it's under 30 minutes. And then we have this quick conversions graph bar over here, which conversions is going to be our last video on Google Analytics. So tune in if you want to get some information over conversion section. Other than that, what we have under here is kind of an explanation of this graph over here, which we're going to see the same data, but in a different way when we move to all traffic section under acquisition. So what we have over here is it kind of shows us how many people came as a referral, how many people came from organic search. Remember, we had the rate over here. Now we have the numbers here, and it shows how many sessions came from referrals, how many new sessions, how many new users, and the bounce rate. So let me briefly talk about bounce rate one more time, because if you go back to our first video, which I explain every most of the things you're gonna see on every graphic, every data bar in Google Analytics, but I'm just gonna explain it one more time. So the bounce rate is gonna be if your visitor comes to your site and leaves without interacting. Let's assume they go to your home page or your contact page, goes in and leaves without doing anything. So that's gonna be the bounce rate. It's not supposed to be a bad thing because people can go to your contact page and take your number and leave. But most of the time, if this is high, you have to try to make it lower. And we have pages divided by sessions, so how many pages in one session have been seen, and average session duration, and we have the conversion section. So let's just move to all traffic and see a little bit more detailed data coming from all channels. So once again, we have the sessions over here. I just switched it to the monthly view. You can also choose to play with this and use different graphs. But I'm just gonna stick to, it's not even load out, it just loaded. Okay, so this is a little bit more complicated. I'm not gonna go into detail, but just so you know, you can change it. We learned how to analyze this data, but I'm gonna go over that one more time. So we had more than 1,000 sessions in 15 days, because today is 16th of March, and before that we had less, ups and downs, and so on. So let's go back to our acquisition section. Remember, we had the same data on the overview page, but now we have more numbers over here. It's divided by numbers every section. So referral traffic is the highest traffic we had, highest sessions we had is from referrals. We are gonna have a detailed referral, all the detailed data, we're gonna come up to that. This is just the overview of it. different extension of the overview. We know how to read this data, so I'm not going to go into detail, but you can always sort them out depending on how you want to see them. And also you can, if it's really detailed or you're looking for a special thing, you can always write something and search for it so that it just shows you that specific thing you want to see. So let's move on to the tree maps. Tree maps is the it works with adverts better because at the end of the day this is what it's made for, but it kind of spreads out all the data we've seen on channels page and the overview page. It kind of puts it into these boxes where you can see it easier, which one is the best, which one is not working. As you can see, it's the same data going on over here. This is a new thing, the tree maps. They're improving it and they're adapting it to adverts. But if you click on, actually let's go back, and if you click on referral traffic, which is your most traffic, it shows you separated sites, your referrals. Let's go to source and medium now and go back to tree maps before it's gonna be better. So source and medium shows you the source and the medium. So the medium, as we told, can be referral, organic, direct, and the source is going to be where they came from. So if it's organic traffic, we see that most of the people came from organic traffic, or compared to all the traffic, it's from Google. So more than 2,000 people came from Google search, and we have new sessions rate, new user rate, the bounce rate, pages divided by sessions, and average session duration from Google. So it goes same with the direct traffic is this number 2. This page is our second referral page, and the third page is going to be this. So we had some sort of links or articles or anything related to our page in these web pages where our customers or visitors came to our page. So making this clear, this is really useful because you see if you're running something on another page, if you're advertising or whatsoever, you see if it works or not, because you see where people came from, which page they came from. And also I've talked about how you can use this graph section. You can always add a metric. To see all that information, you have to go to our first video where we talk about all these first 5 sections, where I explain how you use the metrics. You can always compare it with different metrics. Let's assume new users. Let's add new users over here. So we see that how many people were new users in the sessions and stuff like that. You can also add more segments to this, make it more complicated if you choose so. Let's just go back to acquisition topic and keep up with. Let's go back to tree maps. And so you saw the referrals. If you click on this, it just spreads out every site that has created traffic for us. Also, we still have the web pages separately displayed over here, where it shows some useful information. If you're looking for that, you can always go to the next page and see everything that has been happening. But always remember, this is 1 year period of time. You can make it longer or shorter if desired. So in the sources and medium, it shows us it shows the medium and the source. And if we go to the referrals page, it is going to give us the once again the same thing it gave on the tree maps, separately every page. Let's actually see all the referral pages. If we choose to view more than like 10, 15, you can view up to 5,000, so you can see them all in a page. So it kind of shows all our referrals and the direct web page linked to it. I mentioned adverts. You can use tree maps on your adverts. If you're using adverts, which is the paid service of Google that allows you to give advertisement on Google search. So if you remember, you search something and you see an advertisement on top of your search results, which is related to your search, that is Google Adverts. So if you have that, you're gonna have a detailed advert acquisition page where you can see who searched for what word and how they ended up in your page. You can see how many clicks, how much they are gonna pay you, how many sessions, how many bounce rate. that is all related to your AdWords campaigns. So we have the same tree maps application over here for the AdWords, but AdWords is not set in this account, so we're not seeing any data. But just like any other data page, it is all the same. Functionality is the same, and it's just different data you're viewing. And also we have the search section for the AdWords, which is useful. Shows you every word they search on Google, which you might not see here. We had our own search section in one of the sections where it sometimes displays the words they searched to find your page, and sometimes it says AdWords. It doesn't show you which words they have been searching. If you want to be accurate with the words, you have to, if you're using AdWords, it's going to be really useful, this section. And shows you hour of day, shows you when they came, how they came, all that stuff going on their AdWords and acquisition section. Same goes with the search engine optimization. If it's enabled on your site, if you're using search engine services, you're gonna see that data going on over here. This is once again detailed. I'm just keeping it brief in this video. That's why I'm moving to social page. So in the social overview, it is gonna show you the how many people came from which social page. So in this year, between 2014 and 15, we had 9,500 sessions came from referral sites, and #1 social network is Stumble. It's 25% of our sessions came from Stumble, and then LinkedIn. We have Facebook. This is once again, it's detailed, and then we see which pages were shared on these social pages. This is going to be the kind of an extension of this overview, everything you're going to see here. So I might repeat myself, but that's how it works. So we have social sessions from social referrals. This is the graph for the social referral sessions, and then we have let's turn this back to the monthly view, and then we have all the sessions here, which you can compare how many of them came from the social side and how many of them didn't come from any social site. Once again, we have the network sessions, page views, and average duration and statistics like that. So in this page, it kind of gives us the information of if there's something shared from your site in any other social pages. It shows you over here, but not every page is a partner. So if you are sharing any data, or someone else is sharing any data that belongs to your page, about your page, from these pages, it shows you in detail what has been shared or what is going on, what has been mentioned. So this is really useful if you are in one of these pages. It really shows you some useful information where you can see what has been shared on about your page. So let's just skip to the landing pages. This is going to be the page where it is going to show you which page they landed, which means which page your visitors visited from these social pages. So most of the people went to the home page, and then the rest like spread out in between pages in our web page. So the aim for this is, if you are directing your customers to a specific page on a social page, you can track it from here if it worked or not. So these are this is the home page. These are the main pages. But if you're using a specific page, you can track it down over here if it worked or not, if people clicked on that link or not. So these are going to be the landing pages. 8 people went to the home page from a social page, social referral page. 7 went to the barcode page. One of them went to the contact page, and this many page views, and so on. So let's go back to the Trackbacks. Okay, so Trackbacks is kind of similar with the Data Hub, which shows you which pages have a link to your store, to your page. It kind of does the same thing in means of showing you which other page have your content. We have the conversions page if you're running any advertisement, anything that might turn into a conversion, might turn into selling something from a social page that is going to be linked over here, which you can measure your success and impact in social pages. Also, we have the plugins page. If you're tracking this, you can see which social buttons your users clicked on which page, if they liked something from your content or any other content that is linked to your page. So user flow, if you can remember this, we had this in the audience page as well, audience section as well. What we're gonna do is you can track from which social network what happened from there. So they started in Stumble. Some of them ended in your 9 sessions, ended in the home page. Rest ended in these different pages, and then it kind of they didn't go somewhere else. You can also do this for any other social page. So from LinkedIn, they went to the home page, and then they went to the about page, and then the news page. This is kind of a map of the behavior, like the behavior of the acquisition of social media. So from which social media, where they came, and which page they went. This is kind of a map of what your visitors have been doing on your site. And finally, if you're running any campaigns, the paid campaigns or any other campaign, the paid keywords, just like Adverts, you're gonna have the social campaign reports on this page. So we just came to the end of the acquisition video. We're going to be talking about behavior and then conversions in the upcoming videos. Once again, it's Baron from Attack Interactive, and thank you for watching this video.